that's recoupment. Always have they two hands out, like they. My new thing is you ain't even gotta be my new chick. You can just pull up and hang out and be a new friend. Or I can show you how to train the dragon like. And either way, it ain't gotta be love. What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams.
Yeah. So every morning after snoring, yes, I yearn for you. Thought it wasn't super serious, but now it's too much. I got a disease, so please let go of the clutch. You got the pedal to the metal and you're revving me up.
So slow down, I got a 2-car garage, so we can go and make sounds that
Call you Dale cause you weren't hearts. I'll be Tracy Chapman in a fast car.
What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I feel alright. In my dreams.
stop the run.
Stop the run.
Stop the run.
Stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Stop the run.
Stop the run.
Stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop
The run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop.
Shake my paranoia.
Can't stop the run.
Shake my paranoia.
Can't stop the run.
Shake my paranoia.
Can't stop the run.
Shake my
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Welcome to the booth, Mike Therese. Off we go here in Baltimore. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
He'll step up and run. Lamar Jackson inside the 20. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Ravens are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Ready? On the ground, here's Quinshawn Judkins. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. From the gun, it's Shedeur. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Sanders. That's to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. He'll try to throw for it with Sanders. That's incomplete. Derek Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
So the message this coach is sending to his huddle is very clear. It's, hey guys, I got all the confidence in the world. We're going to be aggressive all day. We're not afraid to fail. We are going to try to score on every possession. And as a player, you can't help but love it.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. The backfield's empty here for 3rd and 2.
A gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll get this out to his running back. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down, they need 3.
At the 4-yard line.
complete. And he's going to be close to the first down. Markham just a yard short of the line to gain, so that'll bring up third and short yardage.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for third and a yard. Jackson going to keep this one himself, and he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson, touchdown Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Come on. Hey. Panther 60, Panther 60. Panther 60, Panther 60.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Up the middle goes Judkins here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put it into that play really before it ever got started.
Ready, set.
Third and long.
Let's go now. Cook it, my kid.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first two drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their third series to see if they can make it happen.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
He'll step up and run this. And he will score again. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. And make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. 3 on the ground? That, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
The extra point is good. And the Ravens will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take
for no gain. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Sanders will throw it. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Sanders to throw. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So after 21-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down. Throwing Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. After the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They run once more with Judkins. And this a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
3rd and 11. To throw is Sanders. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 7-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. That one's good for 29.
Anytime you decide to drop back to pass this deep in your own territory, that quarterback has to have a clock in his head. Get the ball out of my hand. In this case, checks it down to his back, picks up a nice gain, gives the offense a little breathing room.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now it's 2nd and 1. Jackson up top again. That's a short one caught by Loveland. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. As you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down. And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
2nd and 10. Catch made there, left side by Walker. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Again, it's Jackson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
He takes off. And he's got another one. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running. And in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Luke now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Ravens stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage. But when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Here's a 2nd and 12.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll keep it on the ground here again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. And it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. They'll run it with Judkins. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A big one there to start the second half. 32 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Come on, set. Ready, ready.
And on first down, it's back to Judkins. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 9. Again, it's Judkins. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
It is 3rd and 10.
Viking 18.
On the handoff, Judkins. That's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. Officially at even 50-yard attempt. And that one not going to get there, and it's wide to the left as well. It's no good. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now Jackson, this a design run. And some good running there. It'll fall forward for about 7. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll get this into the hands of his running back. Down to the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. His 12th touchdown of the year. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
On is Luke to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens keep widening that lead. It is now 42-0.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, set. Let's go now.
Judkins now on 1st and 10. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Get it. 70 Timberwolves. Hurt. Steady.
On the give, it's Judkins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
getting their punting team out there.
For the Browns.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson. Quick throw here is complete. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
You gotta make it move. You gotta make it happen. Return it. Watch the line. Watch the bullet. Watch the bullet. Go. Run it. Run it shot. Get off.
Jackson now gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. These two got it going on. 19 on that connection, and another first down.
All right, Mike, now it's getting to the point where it's almost becoming borderline disrespectful. Despite having this big lead here in the second half, they continue to take shots downfield. They are not content with just running this clock out and shaking hands and going off with a win. Truth be told, I think they're trying to embarrass them, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
First and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the game and 17 for the season. Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Ravens continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 40-0.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready,
Now it's the Arizona product that is Ja'Cory Merritt. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
They'll give it here to Judkins. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Cougar 19.
Now Shedeur throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
They run straight ahead with Judkins. Not much there, maybe a yard. From the 33, here's 2nd and 9.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 60, Panther 60.
On the ground, Judkins. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
Okay, ready? Left back, back. Cowboy 80.
They'll run with Krosky Merritt.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time the kick is good. And the Browns cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
At their own 32-yard line.
No, we change it. Hey, Alpha, shut up.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
At the 43-yard line.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. He's going to set up 2nd and 1.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
180. Shut up.
A design run here with Jackson.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Viking 18.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Second down, Jackson. Quickly to the outside and complete. Down the left sideline. And he's into the end zone. They are pouring it on. Touchdown, Ravens. It's his third touchdown catch this year. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
The extra point is up and through. And the Ravens add on to their already sizable lead. After the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready? Get it? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
Down the sideline. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
From the gun, a give to Judkins. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Hustle, hustle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
19.
Up the middle goes Judkins here. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Browns. 1st down.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.
Defines my name. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector. Shortened it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow with a blonde who's a 10. Pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul. So fly, I can walk in any spot. Every be soaking from a time when was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name exists. existed forever. Before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shocked them like real product. Creek with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? DNA of King James, kin of St. Michael. Polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a stop in Frisk, New York. At 20, I said I better quit by 30 than my 30. I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by Nas would be hard and live. I leave them scared like when they hear their name called, but ain't nobody there. The definition of my name probably started where I rode the E-train, fingers covered in ink stains. Writing was like an escape excited, leave the beat flame. It was Rod Kane, Coogee, and Chris. Few names like Cool James, Face, Cube, and Rick. That was musically sick, successful and unnatural. I throw they songs in a cyanide capsule. The truth is poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and laced. Inhale fumes from a stove up. The show's booked up. I chose to take the world over. Look up. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Hey yo, 30 years later, Illmatic was dropped. Yeah, man, what the about to
Hey yo, Preem, chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
Alright.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
Alright then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time.